I just talked to her. She was going to stay in bed. I
think I'm involved in enough.
An iHeartRadio station.
Here. We might as well put it all up there, right?
Yeah. Perfect.
Hold on.
You might want to do it for the cookout.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce Jeffrey. Everybody knows Jeffrey. And I want to thank the hostess, Tina. Tina. We have to thank Tina for donating her space to us and her time on this day.
Thanks, Zerlina. I think the last time we were on the stage together, Jill Stein was in between us. So, as Zerlina says, we are here for the Green Party of Chicago tonight. Thank you all for coming. Help yourselves to the food and to the wine, and stick around for some friendship and fellowship. And I think Michael has a few more words on the subject of fundraising before.
Last but not least, the reason I'm here, my name is Michael Harrington. I live in Rogers Park, far north side of Chicago. Myself, Zerlina Smith here, Jeffrey Cubbage there, and who's not here tonight is Brian Mullins. The four of us have developed a pretty exciting proposal that we call the Green Chicago Initiative. And it is a very aggressive, politically oriented operation. It's meant to be a technical support agency for the Green Party, focusing on empowering membership development, chapter development, candidate identification, all of that stemming from working in neighborhoods around the city of Chicago on issues that people are caring about, showing that the Green Party stands with them on those issues where we can, is either testifying or marching with them on those issues when we can, but always being present and being supportive with the ultimate goal of increasing membership in the Green Party chapters, developing chapters, and ultimately looking for candidates. We want to be not an alternative, the better option, to show that Chicago can be a test model for actual 24/7 political
And the Green Party, with the next elections coming up, I do plan on running again, so you guys be the first to know.
That's one of our wards. We got 49 more to fill.
Getting ourselves engaged with these people to figure out if their values lined up with ours. If they do, then I believe that we need to somehow galvanize one another and get out there and work for these candidates. Because we want to send a strong message that the two-party system has failed us. We've seen that in a presidential election. And we know we cannot go 4 more years with anything but a third party. And the third party needs to be the Green Party. If we want to dominate and continue the movement with the recount that Jill has brought around, we have to move right now, not later. So every day that we sit back and we don't move forward, we miss our opportunity to bring in more people, because Jill did something very phenomenal. And what she told me was that was her decision to do a recount. Nobody else's decision. Nobody influenced her. That was her decision. And what that decision did for the Green Party across the nation and international was brought awareness that our system is truly flawed. And it put the Green Party at the front line. With my big hair, standing to a little white lady on the news in the morning talking about a recount. That's the most press that she got. We couldn't get press the whole campaign.
You don't kid me.
None.
And I'm here today joined by
Zerlina Smith. I was looking for a real alternative, and the alternative was what best fit me as a mother to lead by example. And the Green Party has pillars that embody me. When I march and I protest and I advocate for children of color and communities of color, the Green Party was the only party that I could relate to because their values were in line with mine. And with the 7-year-old daughter, I wanted a party that had morals. And the two-party system that we have in the state of Illinois and mostly in the city of Chicago has shown that they do not care about communities of color.
And I'm joined here today with
George Milkowski, 50th Ward Committeeman for the Green Party. Yeah, I'm a retired public school teacher in Chicago, but over the years the Democratic Party seemed to be more and more under the control of the big moneyed interests in this country, and I just got fed up with them and eventually heard about the Green Party and got involved with them. If the Democratic Party had been more in line with Bernie Sanders all these years, I would still be a Democrat.
with
Michael Harrington. Well, corporate media is happy. Corporations in general are happy to be in control of both parties, the Democrats and the Republicans. You know, I always say, for years I've always said the Democrats and Republicans are like two sides of the same bag. Pocketing monies for their own use rather than making sure that resources are distributed across the city. We've seen that across the state. We've seen the problem with that. So I say, yeah, the third party is not a good alternative. It's a better option than the two existing mainstream parties.
And today joined by
Jeffrey Cubbage, thanks Kit, thanks for having me here. I should say thanks for joining us here at our Green Party of Chicago annual holiday fundraiser. So I am the volunteer director of the Illinois Green Party. I also do some of the media relations for the Green Party of Chicago, which is the institution that's hosting tonight. But the hat that I wear most often is volunteer coordinator for the Illinois Green Party, which means it's one of the two paid staff positions we have in the state. It means that if people need the Green Party to do something, I'm the one who finds the people to do that thing, whether it's showing up for a rally, getting out the vote for an election like we had with Jill Stein just recently. We had candidates who were on the ballot. They had gathered the signatures they needed. They were legal candidates. Voters could vote for them. It wasn't a write-in. It wasn't an independent candidacy. They were there on the ballot with the little G after their name. Valid candidates. And WTTW, which is Chicago's ostensibly public broadcasting station, held a forum for candidates for that particular office. It was the comptroller's office. They said, we're going to have a candidates forum. All the candidates for this office can come tell our viewers what their positions are. And all only meant the Democrats and the Republicans. The Libertarian candidate and the Green Party candidate who were on the ballot were not invited. When they asked to be invited, they were told, no, we don't consider your candidacy valid, despite it being a legal candidacy. So that's the sort of uphill battle we face. The argument that no, everyone should have to channel all of their political beliefs through one of two parties, which are very similar on a lot of important issues, it's ridiculous. And the Green Party will always be there to say it's ridiculous. And every election, more people listen. I mean, you look at the results.
will do its best effort to try and squelch everything, and just like the 1-2 red-blue punch. They will do everything they can to try and harness the opposite of the Republican hatred, which is the fear, and to harness that back in. And they'll try and come out and say, oh, we actually can do better, and we're rebranded, our rebrand name, and we do actually care. We don't just say we do and then screw you over in the back. They'll try and fool people like they do. It's part of the good cop, bad cop scenario. And sadly, too many people will fall for it. Bernie Sanders is an independent. Yeah, he's tied to the Blue Party, but he's independent. All change actually comes from outside forces.
Everybody say green!